You're with us for another deep dive, and today we're really zoning in on a specific neighborhood in Franklin, Tennessee. Stream Valley gets talked about a lot.
It really does.
So we're going beyond just, the curb appeal today.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a good mix to work with, some descriptive stuff that paints a picture, and then the hard numbers. Real estate sales from Q1 this year, 2025.
Right. And our goal really is to get under the skin of Stream Valley. What's the actual atmosphere like? Not just how it looks. What's the community about? The culture? How do the amenities play into everyday life?
And, crucially, the market data. What does it tell us?
Exactly. Is it living up to the hype? We hear modern elegance meets southern charm, prime location near Berry Farms I-65. Let's unpack that.
Okay, sounds like a solid plan. Let's start with that vibe, that initial feeling. The description used words like warm, connected, timeless. What stood out there for you?
Well, the imagery was quite strong. I mean, obviously, beautiful homes, you kind of expect that. But it talked about friendly neighbors, scenic sidewalks, those charming green spaces. It makes you picture a place where people actually, interact.
Right, not just living side by side.
Yeah, and the protected tree lines. That adds to that, peaceful haven feel.
It's interesting, isn't it, how it balances that peacefulness with being so close to everything. Downtown Franklin, Cool Springs.
That's key, right?
That accessibility factor, you get the retreat feel without being, cut off.
Absolutely. It's hitting that sweet spot. The text even painted scenes, families at the playground, couples walking, kids biking. Seems like an active place.
Very much alive.
And I noticed the range of housing, too. Townhouses up to, bigger estates. Suggests maybe a mix of people living there.
That makes sense. And don't forget the sheer convenience, I-65, I-840 right there. That makes a huge difference for commuting or just getting around.
For sure. So if you're looking for that blend, quiet but connected, easy access, this description makes it sound pretty appealing.
It really does. Seems like a place you could find both that peace and those social ties.
Okay, so moving on from the general vibe, let's talk local culture. It's more than just where it is on a map, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. It's about identity. And the materials really link Stream Valley to Franklin's wider character.
If Franklin has such a strong identity itself, being part of that, that's a big plus.
A very strong foundation, yeah. And then the schools. You can't ignore that. Williamson County Schools, Oakview Elementary, Legacy Middle, Independence High. Top rated.
Huge draw for families, absolutely.
No question.
But it seems like they're also actively building community within the neighborhood, too. Planned events, shared spaces.
Yeah.
They mentioned the clubhouse.
Yeah, the clubhouse with the coffee bar, fireplace. Sounds like a real social hub.
A natural meeting spot.
Exactly. It's those kinds of things, shared spaces, organized events that really create that community glue.
Like the pool parties in summer or fall festivals. Those shared experiences, that's how neighbors connect, right?
Precisely. Builds those bonds.
And it's not just internal stuff either. Because of where it is, residents can easily tap into everything Franklin offers. Downtown, the art scene, Main Street.
You get that close-knit neighborhood feel, but then boom, you've got this vibrant town center nearby. Best of both worlds, really.
The description even mentioned places like the Carter House, local vineyards.
Right, reinforcing that connection to the area's history and culture. It's not some isolated bubble.
So it's painting this picture of, valuing its own community, but also being part of historic, lively Franklin. Tradition and modern life blended together.
Well put. Okay, let's shift gears to amenities. The fun stuff, maybe. The source called it a resort-like oasis. That's quite a description.
It is. What specifics jumped out?
Well, the pool area, for one. Sparkling pool, pavilion, covered patio. Sounds ideal for relaxing or those casual get-togethers we talked about.
You can just picture weekend afternoons there.
Totally. Yeah. And the clubhouse, again, kitchen, game tables, lounge with a fireplace. It really feels like the central point for socializing. That coffee bar, too simple, but encourages interaction.
Definitely. And for families, you mentioned playgrounds, pocket parks. Those are always big wins.
Little things that make a big difference day to day. Plus, miles of walking trails, green spaces. Encourages you to get outside, connect with nature.
Practical things, too, though. Sidewalks, underground utilities, they make a difference to the look and feel, the walkability.
Good point. And then on the individual homes, private patios, fenced yards, irrigation systems, enhancing that private outdoor space.
Which people really value. And the HOA covering landscaping and maintenance, that's huge.
Oh, yeah. Less time on chores, more time enjoying the place.
Right. Plus, Berry Farms being so close for shops and restaurants,
Right.
it just adds that layer of convenience. It feels like they really thought about the lifestyle.
Agreed. It's about making everyday life better through shared features and individual home perks. Okay, now for the pivot, the data.
The numbers. January to March 2025. Let's see what the market itself says about Stream Valley.
The source called it thriving. Let's see if the numbers back that up.
Okay, so first 3 months of this year, 4 closed sales. Price range was pretty wide, actually. $515,000 on the low end, up to $1.3 million.
Wow. Yeah, that range definitely reflects the mix of homes, doesn't it? Townhomes to those larger estates.
It does, and the average sales price, $836,950.
Okay, so that average definitely puts Stream Valley in a higher end bracket for Franklin. Suggests people are willing to pay a premium for that lifestyle and location.
Seems like it. Home sizes also varied about 1,500 square feet up to over 3,600. Average was around 2,800 square feet.
And beds and baths?
Ranged from 3-bed, 2.5 bath, up to 4-bed, 3.5 bath. The average worked out to 4 beds and 3.25 baths.
Interesting. And the price per square foot, that's always a useful metric.
Average was $298. The range was pretty broad, too. $239 up to $356 per square foot. Helps compare value, I suppose.
It does. And days on market, how quickly were things selling?
Fast. Average was just 38 days.
38 days. Okay, that's a sign of a very active market. Things aren't sitting around.
Not at all. One sold in only 9 days. Even a new construction pre-sale, one of them, closed in 143 days list to close, but the actual contract to close time was faster, I think we'll see.
Right, that longer initial time probably includes the build phase, but still, it points to strong buyer interest from the get-go.
Definitely. And look at this, average list price versus sales price was 99.12%.
So, selling for very close to asking, on average.
Yeah, and one actually sold for slightly over list, 100.24%. Suggests competition, maybe multiple offers sometimes.
Could be. It certainly shows sellers are in a strong position and contract to close time.
Average was 54 days, but the quickest was just 14 days.
14 days, that's incredibly fast for closing. Points to smooth transactions, cash maybe, or just very efficient processes.
Yeah, it's impressive. Now, looking at those 4 specific sales really brings these numbers to life.
Agreed. Let's walk through them. The first one, the Affordable Elegance Townhome.
Right. Sold for $515,000. Just over 1,500 square feet, 3-bed, 2.5 bath. Shows there's an entry point, you know. Still get the amenities. Near Berry Farms.
Good to see that range. Then the new construction gem, the Mitchell Plan.
That one went for $736,800. Bigger, almost 2,800 square feet, 5 beds, 3 baths. Gourmet kitchen, covered porch. The 143 days list to close we mentioned earlier.
Makes sense for new construction. And the move-in ready classic.
$796,000.
Yeah.
Even bigger. Over 3,300 square feet, 4-bed, 3.5 bath, 3rd floor bonus room. And that one had a super quick contract to close. Just 26 days.
See, shows demand for existing homes that are ready to go.
Exactly. And finally, the big one, the luxury standout at a 146 Stream Valley BLVD.
$1.3 million.
Yep. Over 300 to 600 square feet, 4-bed, 3.5 bath. Had massive upgrades, over $325,000 worth apparently. Screened porch with fireplace, high-end kitchen.
And the contract to close on that luxury property.
Also incredibly fast, just 14 days again.
Wow, so even at the very top end, strong demand and quick closings.
It really paints a consistent picture, doesn't it? Across different price points, different types of homes, things are moving quickly, prices are strong.
Absolutely. And the fact that the source notes, no seller concessions mentioned, that further underlines the market strength in Q1. If you're looking to buy there, you need to be prepared for a competitive situation.
Definitely underscores the desirability factor. And that desirability isn't just about the houses or the market. It's also fueled by that community life we talked about. The events calendar looks pretty active.
It does. Looking ahead to, say, April, May, June 2025.
Yeah, in April, there's the big Franklin Main Street Festival downtown. Great way to experience the wider Franklin vibe.
For sure. And then within Stream Valley, a Spring Fling mid-month. Nice neighborly event at the clubhouse.
Then May kicks off pool season with a pool party kickoff. Always popular.
Perfect use of those amenities. And the Franklin Farmers Market every Saturday at the factory. Always a good scene.
Definitely. June has that unique Wine on the Rails event nearby. Sounds fun.
A bit different.
Yeah.
And then a Stream Valley summer picnic later in June. More community gathering, grilling, games.
It just shows, doesn't it? It's not just a collection of houses. They're actively fostering connections, offering things to do.
It really rounds out the picture. It's the homes, the amenities, the community feel, the events, and the connection to Franklin.
So when you boil it all down, what makes Stream Valley resonate?
Well, like you said earlier, it seems to be that mix. Luxury, community, convenience.
Yeah. You've got the resort-style pool, the trails, the nice homes,
Uh-huh. Then the market data backs up the demand. People clearly value living there.
and the events calendar shows it's an active, engaging place. It ticks a lot of boxes.
It really does. It presents a very complete package.
Now look, if Stream Valley sounds like the kind of place you could see yourself, connecting with a real estate professional who genuinely knows Franklin, knows this neighborhood inside and out,
Hmm?
that could be really key.
Oh, absolutely essential. Especially in a market moving this fast.
Someone with deep local roots who understands the nuances beyond just the data we've discussed today can offer, truly personalized guidance, whether buying or selling.
Couldn't agree more. That local expertise is invaluable.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive on Stream Valley, the question goes back to you, listening. Does this picture resonate? Is this combination of modern living, southern charm, community, and, well, market strength what you're looking for?
Yeah, what does looking closely at Stream Valley tell you about what's important in a home? What kind of lifestyle are you really searching for?
Maybe this sparks some thoughts. And if exploring Stream Valley or Franklin more broadly is on your mind, just remember this is a starting point. There's always more to learn, more personal factors to consider when you're thinking about making such a significant move.